putting in a creek today. River's still high, and I don't know, I'll venture out into the creek a little bit, or out into the river a little bit from this creek. But even in winter, the creeks are a refuge. It's not just a spring thing. It's a big deal in the spring, but especially if you have a creek mouth, and it doesn't have to be a big one. This isn't a very big one. That's connected to a winter hole. That's going to be a hot spot. You know, they're going to use that creek mouth to hop out of the way when the river gets to flood stage. We're above 32 now to start, which is nice, because I'm not real crazy about whenever I have the guides freezing up. Today I'm playing around with a prototype finesse jig. I like to tie the jigs fairly sparse, and this one's no exception. I got a battle stance craw rigged there. That floating soft plastic really lets those crayfish claws flip up like that, really get their attention in the stained water. Alright, I fished this creek mouth for about an hour, haven't gotten a bite. I know there's fish here, but I'm really looking for that, in this higher water, that greater concentration of fish. You know, the eddy that you throw your lure in there, and because the river's up, they're just crammed in there, just stacked right next to each other. They may not get in this creek mouth until the river gets much higher. When I've been successful here, it's been at flood stage, and we're still, I don't know, good 8 feet off of that. Need 8 more feet of water to, you know, be at flood stage. It's still high out there. I'm gonna see if I can make my way upstream to a spot that I know on this bank that always, even at really high water, has an eddy up there. That should have a real nice concentration of fish right on the bank. Okay, I'm partway up. I don't think I've done the hard part yet. I had to pull my rods down because I'm swinging out into the current, paddling up, and then I keep cutting in and grabbing hold of something to kind of take it in little steps. And the rod's sticking up with all these branches on shore is making that difficult. So, brought the rods down. I'm gonna catch my breath. I made it up there and I backslid. I think I'm past a good bit of the really steep ledge ascent. I still have some out there I can see above, but I'll get my breath fully, get something to drink, and take another stab at punching up there. Needed another rest break. Got something to eat. Kind of felt my blood sugar getting low. I was really churning to get up here. Okay, I made it. God, I hope that was worth it. That was a lot of work. This water looks nice though. They gotta be in here. Got a major ledge system up here. And honestly, this is the only sizable eddy that I've been in since I left the creek that I can just sit here without working really hard to stay in one spot. So I think I'm gonna nestle up in this brush here and work all this water right out in front. I had trouble tucking in there with all my rods. I need to give myself the clearance overhead. So I'm using my Boca grip here. Just clip it onto that. Then I get these rods out of the way. I think I'm gonna start with the Finesse jig and the battle stance craw and blueberry. I've caught a lot of nice fish on this particular color, the blueberry. I like using the scent just to help them hold on to it a little bit longer. The battle stance craw is nice for retaining the scent because of the ribs that are in the body. And I'll work some of that down into the skirt material as well. Alright. Thank you, Mr. Smallmouth, for making all that work getting up here worthwhile. Oh, he thumped it nice too. Thump that little, hello. Thump that little jig. Oh, isn't it pretty? Let's get a close up of this fish. Wearing some black lipstick too. Alright, coming real close on you. Oh, it's beautiful. Nice, healthy winter smallmouth.